I see all kinds of awesome deck profiles out there. I've even sent some of these in my inbox. Anytime you guys ever do well, send them on over to me. I don't know when they'll get up, but I do like looking at information that players are gathering and talking about it. So the first list I have here was a budget option for today's format, and it is Ancient Warriors. Now, some of this Ancient Warrior stuff's gone up a little bit, to be honest with you. Double Dragons being a Tri-Brigade card is also a little bit disheartening, putting at a $3 price tag at this. And I mean, at least the Dark Rule No More is available in a structure deck, and the Nibiru's are like 10 a pop. So, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, being like a super expensive deck is not that crazy right now. Plus, your extra deck options have severely gotten a little bit cheaper over time. So, we have one copy of the ambitious Cao Di, two copies of the fearsome Zhang Yun, triple copies of the graceful Zhou Gong, two copies of the ingenious Zhou Kong, and we have two copies of the loyal Guan Yun, triple copies of the masterful Sun Mao, two copies of the rebellious Lu Fang, one copy of the valiant Zhang Di, and then we have triple copies of the virtuous Lu Zhuan. And then we have triple copies of DD Crow and triple copies of Nibiru, wrapping up the monster lineup here. Spells, we have one copy of Borrowing of Arrows, two copies of East by South Winds, triple copies of Three Visits, one copy of Called by the Grave, triple copies of Dark Rule No More, triple copies of Tenki, because keep in mind that these are all Beast Warriors and they're all searchable, one copy of Tensu, triple copies of Potted Izes, and one copy of the Chivalrous Paths. Extra deck here, we have one copy of Avermax, one copy of Unicorn, one Phoenix, one copy of Borrelsword, triple copies of the triple Double Dragon Lords, one copy of Tornado Dragon, one Baguski, one copy of Chidori, one Diamond Dire, one Tiger King, one Abyss Dweller, with two copies of the Wind Pegasus at Ignister here. Side deck here, we have triple Ansia, triple copies of Cosmic Cyclone, triple Dark Hole, one copy of Red Reboot, two copies of Royal Decree, and triple copies of Torrential Tribute. Wrapping up some budget options for this format. Like I said, this is actually kind of cool. Like, it's not too expensive, but the more presence that you have in a meta game, I guess, the cheaper it is. That sounds bad. Disregard that. Next up, this is actually really cool. So this was Travis Snyder's Dual Avatar Shadal deck, and this made top 8. So what are we doing with these Dual Avatar cards? So Dual Avatar Invitation gives us the ability to access our extra deck by making tokens. Now, we do have quite the impressive options here. This is our new one that we just got, actually. So it's a combination of Dual Avatar Feat, alright, which is alright. So Dual Avatar Feat Kokaku, plus 2 Dual Avatar monsters. So remember, your tokens are easy to get. So basically, you're going to make this with just 2 Dual Avatar monsters. So activate this, fusion summon into this, and then you'll further fusion summon into this. So the first time each Dual Avatar fusion monster you control will be destroyed by battle each turn, it is not. Once per turn during your main phase, you can return all spell and trap cards your opponent controls to the hand. When a monster effect is activated on your opponent's field while you control 2 or more fusion monsters, quick effect, you can destroy that monster. Granted, this is going to be your big step into. Now also keep in mind that it says while you control 2 or more fusion monsters. Shadow Monster also counts as a fusion monster. So you can do some relatively cool things with this based on its setup, but this was the latest chunk of support we got here. So we have 2 copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, triple copies of Kokaku, triple copies of Yuhi, 2 copies of Effect Veiler, 2 copies of Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, 1 copy of Ariel, triple copies of Wendy, 1 Beast, 1 copy of Dragon, 1 Falco, 1 Hedgehog, and 2 copies of the Squamater. And then we have 2 Dual Avatar Defeating Evil, triple copies of Dual Avatar Invitation. Then we have 2 copies of El Shadal Fusion, 1 Foolish Barrel, triple copies of Aeon, 2 copies of Pot of Avarice, 1 Reinforcement, triple copies of Yield Shadal Fusion, with 1 Terraforming. Then we have 1 Dual Avatar Compact, 1 Dual Avatar Return, 1 Rest Shuttle Incarnation, and 1 Schism here. Extra deck here, we have 1 Cross Sheep, 2 Winda, 2 Construct, 2 App Cologne, triple Armored Anguille, 2 copies of Dual Avatar Feet Ungayo, 2 copies of the Empowered Mitsujaku, and then 1 copy of the Empower Kongyo. Now that being said, though, there's no side deck from this profile, but I still think this is a cool freaking concept. I'm happy to see the Dual Avatars are expanding in the universe, and they're getting the chance to be known for something other than the gimmicky OTK hand rip. Next up, we have, this was Paleo Frogs, or Paleo Evil Twin. When I saw this, when Sam Barnes sent me this, I was like, no, wait a minute here. So we just cut out the entire Frog engine here, and we're just capitalizing on Evil Twin shenanigans. I was like, I feel like that's really bad, because we're not even playing Toads in here for this. But this deck somehow found success at its locals. I'm like, alright. So, we have triple copies of Ash Blossom in Joyous Spring, triple copies of Ghost Bell in the Haunted Mansion, 2 copies of the Kishi Shakil, 2 copies of Lilo, and but of course, triple copies of Pelexine. So, our fun little monster here, you just make anything, bada bing, bada boom, this thing on out, and you get free link climbing. It's so good. And then, of course, we have triple Gamma and 1 Driver. Spells, we have 2 Silent Mining, 2 Dark Roll No More, and triple copies of the Live Twin Channel. Okay. Interesting. Interesting choice of things. I feel like this, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be the one that special summons from the deck. My bad on that input there. Then we have 2 copies of Candina, triple copies of Dynamiscus, triple copies of Morella, and then we have triple copies of Illinoides, triple copies of Torrential Tribute, and 2 copies of Trap Trick, wrapping up the main deck here. Extra deck here, we have 1 Update Jammer, 1 Unchained Abomination, 1 Transcode, 1 Mage, 1 Almirage, 1 Unicorn with 1 Phoenix, 2 copies of Lila, 2 copies of Kishi Shakil, 1 Access Code, 1 Opabenia, 1 Animalcalisk, and 2 copies of Omega. And, yep, that's what I thought. Yeah, this is supposed to be the one that special summons from the deck for the spells. Outside of that, I think that this one is an interesting theory in and in itself, giving you the ability to kind of capitalize on a different access. I still think that wanting to play, Totally Awesome in the deck is probably the way to still go, but it is a much different beast here. So do with what you will with this one. It's definitely an interesting creature. And then the last list I have for you guys today is James Thomas's Cyber Dragon list. And this man has just been on a roll. All right, like, if you ask me who I would say is an amazing Cyber Dragon player, it's this man. I've seen him tear through locals at this point in time, and it's still extremely awesome seeing this deck resolving and doing what it does. So, the ultimate and going second technology, we have triple copies of Cyber Dragon, triple copies of Cyber Dragon Core, triple copies of Cyber Dragon Hertz, 1 copy of Veer, 2 copies of Naxter, 2 copies of Galaxy Soldier. I know they're expensive, but you at least only need 2. 1 copy of the Jizakuru, 2 copies of Ash Blossom, 2 copies of Ghost Bell, 1 Driver, and triple copies of Gamma. Spells, we have triple copies of Machine Duplication, 2 Lightning Storm, 2 Overload Fusion, triple copies of Droplet, triple copies of Cyber Emergency, 1 Cyber Repair Plant, 1 Rev System, 1 Overload Fusion, and 1 copy of the Cybernetic Overflow. Extra deck down here, we have 1 Cyber Twin, 1 Chimera Tech, 2 Rampage, 2 copies of the other Rampage, yes, Mega Fleet, 2, this, 1 Zeus, 2 Infinity, oh my gosh, actually, making the Infinity suck up the monster and then making a Zeus on top of this. Oh, that's stinky. 2 Nova, with 1 copy of Lambda, 1 Verte, 1 Almirage, and 1 Zeger. Side deck here, we have 2 Vanity's Fiend, triple copies of Droll Knockbird, triple Lancia, 1 Feather Duster, with 1 copy Red Reboot, 2 Solemn Strike, and triple copies of Evenly Matched, wrapping up this chunk of deck profiles for everybody. So I really do like what these decks have going for them here. Heck, even seeing Cyber Dragons is a very nice feat every blue moon. So what do you guys think about these decks? Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later on today for some more cool, awesome content. Peace out. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCole40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCole40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcolegames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.